Uganda for quite a few years, starting in 2017 when we launched our mission grid.
The Global Entrepreneurship Monitor ranked Uganda as the world's most entrepreneurial country, recording the highest youth entrepreneurs with a 55.6% of the youth population involved in a new or established business. However, in East Africa, the partner states where Uganda is a key player are yet to harmonize some of the key tax regimes impacting businesses. To speak to us about this and more, we have Jacob Ayeru, Chairman, National Youth Council. Good afternoon to you, Jacob Ayeru. You're most welcome.
Thank you, and good afternoon to you.
Okay, now concerning the subject matter, especially on taxation, we want to find out from you. You have generated 3 petitions that put the Parliament of Uganda, the East African Legislative Assembly of the East African Community, as well as the Council of Ministers of the East African Community, all on notice. What are those petitions about, and why are you seeking to put out these petitions? What are you trying to achieve?
Great. In 2014, the East African Community Council of Ministers adopted a directive, Council of Ministers directive, on harmonization of tax incentives in the country. Those directives have not been implemented by the partner states, but they have also not helped in terms of understanding our problems or achieving what we could achieve through them. One of the key issues in the directives is that tax incentives in the community, one, should be harmonized. What that means is that when an investor comes to Uganda, they get the same tax offer if it's tax holiday as they would when they're in Kenya, such that the common market can work. If the investor gets a better return in Kenya than in Uganda, then you have investors coming to a common market but favoring it in one part and not favoring it in another part. That would not be good. But secondly, we are working on what we have called market failures, because the incentives say, the directives say, the tax incentives should be given to areas where there are market failures. And in Uganda and generally in East Africa, one of the market failures we have is youth unemployment. The statistics you've just quoted are in regard to how young people are willing to open business, are opening business, and are trying out to actually create something and a living for themselves. But what you have not read out is that 90% of the businesses young people open die within the first year of existence. Why that is because those businesses cannot keep up with the high cost of maintaining the business in part, and many other reasons. But that high cost specifically is an issue of an enabling environment, whether we actually care about business livelihood as a country and helping our local entrepreneurs who are young be able to grow. So these are the issues that are being put in the 3 petitions.
Jacob, from your submission 8 years down the road, these petitions could have presented within that time frame. However, why now? What's the urgency of the presentation of these petitions to those particular entities?
Well, first of all, we are very late. 2014 to 2022 is a good 8 years, and we have not yet moved along that path. So we are late. Why now when you're late means late is enough an answer. But I am the chairperson of the National Youth Council, and we are tasked with ensuring that young people in our country are able to get a better environment in whatever they are doing as for our country. So if Uganda can create an example to the other partner states, then other partner states can pick up. That's our understanding. But more importantly, there has never been a more required time than this one, because we are in a pandemic right now that is ending, and there is need for post-pandemic recovery. You cannot have businesses dying at the same rate they were dying during the pandemic because of factors you can now control, yet in the pandemic there were factors that you could not control. So if we can control and we help these young people, let us help them with some tax holidays and they can go up.
Okay, the other question I have is that why is the focus on youth? I mean, tax issues, related lack of harmonization is affecting everyone. And so why do the youth think that they are the biggest victims?
First of all, I am the actor, and like you read in my title, I am not the chairperson of old people. I'm the chairperson of young people, of youth. So I need to act for young people. But to the more serious detail of it, the major players in business opening at its infancy are young people. All the people that have very successful businesses, most of them started those businesses when they were younger. Okay, so it means that for businesses that are struggling at infancy, you have a bigger chance having young people as the faces of those businesses. But in the event that someone at 40 decided that they're going to start a business, we still think that life has given them a lot of time in experiences to learn from people that have benefited. But these young people who are coming fresh from school, some of them were not lucky to have the opportunity to go to school, need to be helped, because more often than not, it is their first time in business. They are trying out, and you might even find that they are finding the money from government funding.
You have made mention of they need to be helped. So what is the way forward in your closing remarks?
Thank you. So we are petitioning the Parliament of Uganda as a National Youth Council, together with the East African Youth Ambassadors, as well as the Youth for Tax Justice Network, who study these things a lot. We are petitioning the Parliament of Uganda to, one, look into harmonization for the common market to work better, and therefore East African community advance. The common market needs to work with domestic tax harmonization policies. But then we also move ahead to say, as Uganda, what are we doing for our young people? So we're petitioning Parliament to give young people and youth businesses 2 years tax holidays. There are taxes that kill our young people's businesses, not because they're not trying, but because they can't keep up. You are learning on the job and you are dying while trying to learn.
Okay, all right. Well, that is Jacob Eru giving you an insight into the petitions and how he's working on his position.